Oh my god. Make a hole, make a hole, make a hole for me! Jesus. How am I supposed to get through this? Welcome back, everyone. For this month, it was time to play a classic and simple game, Serious Sam HD: The First Encounter. The original Serious Sam: The First Encounter was released in 2001 for the PC, published by Gathering of Developers and developed by Crow Team. The team would quickly put together a sequel that would unexpectedly call Serious Sam: The Second Encounter in 2002, followed by Serious Sam 2 in 2005, but it was published by 2K Games, then gave the first and second encounters HD remakes in 2009 and 2010. The team then gave us a prequel called Serious Sam 3, BFE? Oh, before First Encounter. So clever of them. They then tried releasing non-serious games like Sigils of Elohim and the Talos Principle in 2014. Side note, I love listening to the Talos Principle music kit in Counter-Strike 2. In 2017, it looks like they tried converting a bunch of Serious Sam games to VR. Finally, in 2020 we got Serious Sam 4, and in 2023 we got the Talos Principle 2. Serious Sam: The First Encounter is a simple run-and-gun first-person or third-person shooter. You have many different types of enemies to fight with an arsenal of weapons. Each level is very linear with enclosed hallways or open areas, all with an Egyptian theme. You simply kill enemies in an area, then move on. You might have to hold out in a room until the door opens, or you need to find a button to unlock a door. The story is, put simply, in the future, humans discover buried artifacts which enabled humans to explore the universe. However, in 2104, humans were attacked by deadly monsters from another dimension. They pushed humanity all the way back to Earth, and on the brink of extinction, they send Sam Sirius Stone, an undefeated soldier, back in time to 1378 BCE to study and discover a weapon in Egypt to defeat the monsters. Overall, it's still a decently fun game to play. It does have deathmatch and co-op, but nobody seems to be playing this game. As usual, spoiler warning, even though there's not much to spoil. What I liked and disliked, and any funny or awkward moments that happened to me during my playthrough. Let's go get serious.
This is getting serious.
So, we get a beginning title crawl, similar to Star Wars. Going over what I said earlier, Sam successfully teleports into the past like a Terminator. I did try playing on the hardest difficulty and wondered what was out here, but these flashing robots began to spawn in and fired rockets at me. But later on it turns out there is a secret out there. My revolver didn't seem very effective, so I restarted and played on normal. If you go down here, you'll see these things walk out. Kinda reminds me of the Smarties from Giants. I'm almost certain these are the faces of the developers of the game. There are many secrets scattered around the level, but I have no idea where all the secrets are. They may contain ammo, health, or getting a new weapon earlier than you expected. Continue on and I began to have moments like these. Oh, jeez. God. They teleport right in front of you sometimes like a jump scare. I should start talking about the enemies. We have the Beheaded Rocketeer. They wear a purple shirt, and they simply shoot a single small rocket at you. Easy to dodge if you're paying attention. The Beheaded Firecracker wears a red shirt, and they will fire what looks like magic missiles along the floor in a cone. Yes, you can jump over them. Nar is a simple melee enemy that runs at you and tries to melee you. There's a smaller male and a larger female with two different colors. Sometimes they might appear as a floating head. They do like to jump scare. Oh, Jesus. Soon enough, you'll pick up a pumped shotgun. Great at close range, and you can splatter their guts all over the floor if you shoot them close enough. Next area is pretty funny.
Yourself.
Here are the famous beheaded kamikazes. They run at you screaming without heads, which gets scary in later levels when they spawn all around you. They explode when they get close to you or when they die. It does hurt by nearby enemies. Continue on to see a group of them run by.
I'm over here, you stupid headless freaks.
Then I got jump scared by a boulder. Oh, wow. I completely forgot about that. If you successfully avoid it, Sam will whistle a certain theme song. The next room introduces us to a new enemy, the Marsh Hopper. It dies in one hit, but usually you have to fight 100 of them. Luckily for us, there's a Tommy gun in here. Makes it so much easier. Then we fight a Clear Skeleton. They have a ranged attack if you're too far away, but they try to gallop at you and do a leap attack. It's easy to dodge if you sidestep it in time. Later on, we get back outside, then take out a few enemies, then get introduced to the Werebull. They also charge right at you, but at a faster speed and are also easy to dodge if you are paying attention. They do run into enemies. Olé! And you killed one of those. Oh man, that was so gory. As you approach this door, more enemies spawn in, including a new enemy, the Minor Biomechanoid. We already saw the major one at the beginning that shoots rockets. This blue one shoots blue lasers at you. Kill all the enemies to get to the end and pick up the first element. What is it for? We don't know. Now we are inside a tomb. Enemies seem to be hiding almost around every corner. Some parts are elevated, but overall it's gonna be close quarters in here. By the way, listening to the action music, do you guys hear something strange about it? Like someone is screaming or making weird sounds? I wonder if it's some kind of joke the developers recorded. Anyway, we run into a beheaded bomber who wears a green shirt and throws bombs. Later on, we get into the hallway, but it closes in on us. On the other side, we get a new enemy, the Arachnoid. They give off a screech when they first see you, and after a few seconds they will shoot a machine gun at you for a couple seconds. After it's dead, you may come across this rocket launcher, but can't make the jump. Well, just look to the right and hop in the portal to teleport over, and you grab it. Now this room really opens up. Just keep finding the path that leads you upward to go through this door. Eventually we get into this big room with lots of supports. In the middle is a double-barreled shotgun. Fires 2 shotgun shells at the same time to deal more damage up close, but does have a slightly longer reload. Luckily, not as long as Gears of War's double-barreled shotgun. Like I said, it's great up close, but I find it strange how I can sometimes take out a clear in one shot, but there were a few times they managed to survive with just 1 health. I wonder what's going on there, or if it's a single shot pellet missing or going too wide. Anyway, finish off the enemies, head through the door to get the second element. Once again, we step outside and fight more enemies. This is where you should meet the major biomechanoids. Bigger, red-colored, and they shoot rockets. Yes, you can shoot and destroy the rockets. Then we fight an Aludran Reptiloid. It shoots green homing missile balls at you. You can dodge them, but they can circle around and try to hit you again. It's pretty easy to kill, but when you walk up here, we have our first boss fight. A giant orange Aludran Reptiloid. It fires several orange balls at you, and they get faster the lower its health gets. Shoot enough rockets at it and it's easy to kill. Next area, you just need to activate the 2 buttons on each side. Then grab this idol to open the door. Continue down the hall, take out enemies, then pass through this wall of darkness. Hit the button, and a door will open, but you can't pass through the darkness just yet. You'll start to hear galloping, then suddenly clears will come through. Make your way downtown and walk into here to get trapped.
Come on, you ugly freaks!
You'll have to fight off a bunch of beheaded rocketeers, then Sam will say,
Seriously, is that the best you can do?
now we got clears coming. However, you can just shoot them and they will try to attack you, but they can't pass through. At least until the doors open. You then grab the idol, but
it's a trap! It's a trap!
You need to hit the button here to deactivate it. Then grab the idol. Next room, we need to hold off lots of frogs and kamikazes. Once it's over, you'll grab the 3rd element, then head into the next room and try to cross the bridge, but it snaps and Sam goes into the water. We come out on the other side and fight some more enemies and get introduced to the Witch Harpy. As they fly towards you, they will throw some bright light attacks until they get close enough to try and kick you. Head inside and pick up the grenade launcher. It's a decent weapon for taking out groups of enemies. Clear the room full of enemies, but I actually died after discovering I opened a secret door. I couldn't find it, so I moved on. Next room spawns a room of hoppers again. The health bar at the top shows just how many are going to keep spawning in. Just circle around enough until they are all defeated. Don't underestimate the frogs, they hurt after a while. Continue on and you'll run into another hallway including bigger and red arachnoids. After killing more frogs, you'll find the fourth element. We start in this open area with lots of enemies to fight. Feels like the game isn't afraid to throw tons of enemies at us, now that we have a bunch of weapons to use. After you make it into the city, you'll pick up a laser gun. It's quite powerful, but you'll run through the ammo pretty quick. Watch out for the many reptiloids. They were getting on my nerve.
What is still... Oh my god, where are you coming from?
Head inside once the door opens to end the level. This somewhat open but lots of cover area has you running around taking out lots of enemies, sometimes right in front of you.
Oh, really? Really, game?
Keep clearing out enemies to restock on health, then move to the next area. Watch out for the secret in the corner. It's a trap. There's 2 buttons to press to open the gate that leads to the sewers, and that was level 7. Not sure if I missed something or they had an intern at Crow Team design this one. Swim around and you'll discover a new type of enemy. This is the Reban Electrofish. Easy to kill, but it's hard to see in the water. Hit the button here, then head back upstairs. You can rocket jump over here.
I gotta do this. Oh, and I missed it. Of course. But how do I keep landing in that same spot?
All for some armor. Not really sure if it was worth the damage. Anyway, move on and carefully swim through here. It's really creepy to get through with these scary looking fish that can come from out of nowhere. Then get back to the surface. We start in a pit, but it's easy to head up and fight your way to here. Some mini bosses to fight, but nothing to worry about. Next area has structures everywhere, so watch your corners. There's 4 bug idols to collect to unlock the door, so just look for these structures with a small courtyard to find them, then proceed through the door. Now the buildings are on each side in a strange design. Just take out enemies and slowly push forward. You'll come across this pit and see a minigun on the other side. A bull will come charging at you but falls into the pit. The second bull will make it across because a platform will come out from their side. You just need to time it correctly to get across. Then comes the most difficult part of the game. Some bulls will come charging at you, but the worst part is the army of clears. I died 5 times before I tried something crazy. I ran in circles, taking very little damage and managed to avoid the army of bulls and clears. I almost ran out of ammo just to kill them. Take a look.
Oh my lord, there's so many rams. Ooh, oh my god, they come right in front of me. That is absolutely terrifying.
So after surviving that, you would think that is the end of the level, but not yet. We enter a large open area. And first kill kamikazes spawning around me, then an army of harpies spawn in and come after you, then 2 waves of bulls try their luck, finally 2 waves of clears and 2 red mechanoids to try to stop you. Once they're all dead, we can head through the doors and collect this artifact thing. According to the text of the next level, it was an item called Amon Ra. Apparently Sam walked across a desert to get to this new location, but had to drop off most of his ammo to make the journey. We are back to revolvers and shotguns for a bit. Kill all enemies in your path and make your way to the city. You'll come across a new weapon, the cannon.
Look at the size of that thing.
It just about one-shots enemies and hilariously splits them into pieces with a nasty sound effect. Moving into the city, we fight clears and kamikazes, then some bulls. Next room opens up full of ammo and armor. Then we enter another big area, but notice how there's 4 areas to place the 4 elements we picked up earlier in the game. As you place each one down, enemies begin to spawn. I just circle around and shoot at them until I get all 4 placed. Kill all the enemies, then pick up the ammo, armor, and health. To then have a gigantic lava boss spawn right in front of you. It throws lava balls at you and is not too difficult to dodge, but you can also shoot them. As you hurt the boss, smaller versions of it fly off and slowly advance to you. Take them out, then make your way through the door to watch Sam run across a courtyard and through a door. Enter this room to fight some enemies, then we need to figure out how to get past this small pit. Head through the 3rd door, fight more enemies, push this button, then run to the other side and push the other button. Head inside this structure to flip this switch to fill the pit with sand. Fight your way back, Head inside, push all these buttons to get inside, and find 2 arachnoids sleeping. Kill them and all the other enemies, collect this idol, then proceed through the door. Things get dark in a small room. A few enemies spawn in to make it scary, but it honestly wasn't that bad. Fight your way outside, then kill more enemies. The next door is locked, of course, so head to the other third door, and we get to see this large area with water in the middle. As you expect, fight even more enemies until you get to the other side. As expected, the door is also locked, so unfortunately jump into the water and use the secret sewer entrance, grab the gold statue, kill all the enemies, head through this door which has a portal for you to jump through to get back outside. Fight more enemies, get through the door, fight even more enemies. Finally we are through, but wow. There's a lot of ammo nearby. That usually means there's a boss fight coming up. Well, kind of. It's the Frogger army again. You just need to run back and forth through the middle, take out these one-hit frogs. Then some kamikazes will try their luck, and then some clears, and finally, a few bulls. But you need to aim at least one to break the door down. This area we need to fight some more enemies, but after fighting more kamikazes, Sam says this.
Samicide.
More enemies like clears, harpies, mechanoids. Kill them all. There is this secret over here, and then more bulls to play Olay! Just when I thought it was over, more bulls and red mechanoids. Next thing I knew, I actually died. I had to restart the whole area. Remember kids, to save your game. So once you kill all the enemies, now we can enter and place the statue, which opens up the next door. Next level starts us off with bulls, clears, and gnars. I recommend using the cannon. Next room has 3 doors. The one ahead is locked, so pick a side to find the button and unlock the main door. Going to the right has this open area, then this area you need to maneuver around and climb up here to collect the Feather of Truth. Head on back and more enemies spawn. Take them out and take the left door now. Once again, it's an open area and you'll fight 3 lava monsters, but they're pretty easy to defeat. Then we get to a round area with a circular structure in the middle. Just take out the enemies that spawn and find this button to open this door and press the button inside. This opens a door that lets you climb up, but watch out for enemies that spawn in front of you.
Okay, that guy literally spawned in front of me.
At the top, you'll find what looks like a golden heart. I don't know, it just says the door is unlocked now. Head on back, but watch out, lots of enemies spawn, and I actually got overwhelmed. Even worse, I got stuck on the worst autosave. I reloaded a save further back, and this time I took my time, instead of just trying to rush and gun my way through. Find this gold idol and make your way back, but watch out for this trap.
A bull. A frickin' bull.
Wow. Make your way back and head on through the door. Take out floating gnar heads. I wish I could have seen this scene, but I took damage, so I have to fight and watch this obelisk rise from this chamber. Then it transforms into some kind of antenna and seems to be sending a signal.
What the heck was that?
In the next room, it's full of health, armor, and ammo. This has to be a boss fight of some kind. In this area, you need to find the golden idols hiding behind these pillars to trigger the enemies. Not much happened, just a lot of enemies to deal with. And once you kill them all, place the idol in the middle where it's highlighted. This of course triggers more enemies. Go look for the next idol while avoiding enemies, pick it up to trigger the next wave of enemies, and place it where it needs to go. Once all idols are placed, move on through to proceed to the final level. Here we are, the Great Pyramid. The text says we are very close to our final destination and has detected something big is going to happen here, along with slight ground tremors or maybe an earthquake, but it's probably nothing to worry about. Not at all foreshadowing or anything like that. So we load up on health and ammo. At least here we essentially have infinite health and ammo. It's just each is on a 30-second-ish timer. First thing I want to mention is the music. I really love the sound of it. I want it as my background music for my videos from now on, or maybe if I get back into live streaming one day. The Time Pals and I have been talking about setting that up. Sorry, I'm beginning to digress. Anyway, we must fight a bunch of clears. They come from both sides, down the middle. Since I essentially have infinite ammo, it's not really a big deal. The cannon does a really good job when they line up. When the waves stop, you'll hear the music begin to pick up the pace a little. Now we face an army of bulls. They can come from 4 different areas on the sides. I try to line them up, but sometimes I got hit from behind. Then at one point they circle around, and you don't know when or where they will start to charge at you. It gets intense constantly turning around to see if a bull is charging straight at me. Still, the cannon is your best friend. Music picks up again, then we got mechanoids to fight, both red and blue. For the most part, using the rockets is best. The blues die in 1 rocket hit and the red ones take 5 hits. After a while, clears start spawning in again. I switch over to the cannon because it's great for taking them out. Finally, the music cuts out and the door opens. Then we get a short cutscene of this giant monster appearing. It starts smashing its way towards Sam. Time to start hauling ass to the pyramid.
Well, you're a big one, ain't ya?
The music resets. Now we got bulls and mechanoids to get through. I died on the first try, but at least I learned if you skip the cutscene, it gives you more time to get to the pyramid before the giant closes in on you. By the way, its name is Ugzan III. Who would have guessed? I keep trying to force my way to the ramp, but there are so many bulls and the mechanoids are making it even more difficult to deal with. And then an autosave happened at the worst time. Now I try over and over again, which caused me to get a little upset. Oh, and you... Really, game? Which apparently my wife had to come downstairs into my gaming room just to say I was being too loud. After several more deaths, I was able to kill the remaining bulls and the mechanoids. Now I had to circle around Ugzan just so I could get to the pyramid. When you get up the ramp, clears begin to spawn, but also Ugzan then equips himself with 2 weapons. One fires a spread of blue lasers, and the other launches lava balls. He also spits out orange balls that home in on you. You just need to hold out and survive until this door opens. Don't worry, Ugzan can't come up here. Once you hear a beeping sound, it means the door is open. Head inside and Sam gets into a room where he places the last item on this pedestal. It seems to activate something. Oh, by the way, did you notice this giant alien saucer over the pyramid? Neither did I. I think that's what Sam is trying to communicate with. This seems to activate some future technology and opens the pyramid and the alien ship. Sam heads up an elevator. Now we face off against Ugzan III. It's overall a simple boss fight. You just need to carefully get Ugzan into position. He now has 2 more attacks. He shoots rockets at you that you can easily shoot down, and this lightning attack that has to be dodged. The way to beat him is to bring his health low while launching Sam through these boosters and fly through the circle. It will activate one of the 4 corners. Activate all 4 and a laser will drop right down the center. This will hurt and stun Ugzan. My first attempt, the laser missed. He wasn't close enough. So I had to circle around and activate all 4 again. The second time it did hit him, but he just barely survived, and when he gets low on health, he just quickly recovers it back. Finally, the third time is a charm because I hurt him enough and the laser was able to finish him off.
It ain't the size that matters, it's how you use it.
Head for the middle and we beat the game. Sam rides the light up into the ship. He then makes a call using what sounds like a payphone. The first call doesn't work, so he puts another coin in and dials again. This time it rings and some alien asks him to leave a voicemail.
Yeah, this is Serious Sam calling for Mental. I guess you're not home right now. I have a special delivery package for you. I'll be there soon to give it to you in person. I'm on my way over right now. Thanks, bye. It's time for bed, kids. Cartoons are over.
In conclusion, Serious Sam HD The First Encounter is still a fun game. The straightforward run-and-gun gameplay is all you really need to have fun. I wish I had some friends to play with. I definitely would turn the difficulty all the way up, make it so there's 10 times more enemies to deal with, but our group would have infinite lives. I remember joining a co-op game back in the 2000s with these game settings, and it was chaotic fun. There's apparently 2 secret levels in the game, but I have no idea how to find them or if there are any cows in them. I almost forgot about Serious Sam Fusion. It's apparently a way to play all the Serious Sam games from one launcher. You guys might check that out and see if there's more people using that to play the games. I still highly recommend this game if you see it on sale. You just can't go wrong with a classic game like this, and not have to worry about being familiar with lots of lore like Dune, Star Wars, or Lord of the Rings. It did feel like Crow Team were fans of Duke Nukem and wanted to create their own mascot based off of the Duke. I mean, come on, the comparison is obvious. See you next month. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe to help grow my channel, and leave a comment down below to let me know your thoughts. Check me out on the Time Pals podcast and check out my merch store. Links in the description. Thanks again, and I'll see you in the next video.